Greetings, stalwarts of the mind. It's a brilliant new day to break the shackles and rise above the trepidations that have been holding us back. Today, we delve deep into a daunting yet crucial aspect of self-improvement, overcoming the fear of failure. Our aim is to bring this fear into the light, understand its causes, and learn effective strategies to overcome it. Together, we'll replace fear with courage, and apprehension with action. No more shall this fear stunt our growth and dampen our potential. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and let's embark on this transformative journey. The fear of failure, also known as atychiphobia, is more than just a psychological barrier. It's an existential dread that can permeate our lives, keeping us from exploring new opportunities and realizing our full potential. It casts a shadow over our ambitions, dampening our enthusiasm and causing us to second-guess our abilities. Confronting this fear is not just about being courageous, it's about unlocking doors to possibilities we could never imagine. It's about accepting the inevitability of failure in the pursuit of success, and turning this understanding into a source of strength and motivation. It's about understanding that setbacks are stepping stones to success, not evidence of our inadequacy. Each stumble teaches us something new, brings us a step closer to our goals. The journey starts by recognizing that it's okay to falter and that true growth lies in picking ourselves up each time we fall. In our quest to dismantle this fear, the first task is to identify its presence in our lives. Does the prospect of a new project make you anxious? Does a challenging task at work make your heart race, or do you procrastinate in situations where failure is a possibility? These seemingly innocuous reactions can actually be the manifestations of a deeply rooted fear of failure. Identifying the fear of failure can be like trying to see the wind. You can't observe it directly, but you can notice its effects. It's present when we avoid new challenges, settle for less, or agonize over decisions. It's there when we are overly critical of ourselves, or when we constantly seek approval from others. The key lies in recognizing these symptoms and understanding how this fear influences our thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. Recognition is the first step towards transformation. Fear of failure rarely exists in isolation, it is often rooted in deeper, underlying issues. It could stem from past traumas or failures, perfectionism, negative feedback, or even societal or parental expectations. These triggers form a complex web that feeds our fear and intensifies its effects on our lives. It's important to remember that the causes of the fear of failure can be as diverse as we are as individuals. Each one of us has a unique set of experiences and influences that shape our perceptions of failure. Understanding these root causes is critical to overcoming this fear. This understanding will help us create a targeted strategy to combat our fear of failure, allowing us to separate our self-worth from our performances and preventing this fear from hindering our self-improvement journey. A significant part of overcoming the fear of failure involves challenging and altering our negative beliefs. We need to dismantle the idea that failure is a reflection of our self-worth. This is a crippling belief that sows seeds of self-doubt and robs us of our confidence. We must also challenge the societal narrative that labels failure as something to be ashamed of. In truth, failure is a universal experience, it's an inherent part of being human. Instead of viewing failure as a catastrophe, we need to perceive it as a teacher, guiding us towards improvement and success. It's about replacing the fear of failure with the courage to try, fail, learn, and try again. A critical ally in overcoming the fear of failure is developing a growth mindset. This concept, developed by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset refutes the idea of fixed abilities and talents and opens up a world of possibilities for personal and professional growth. With a growth mindset, we understand that failures are not dead ends, but are integral to our personal and professional growth. They provide us valuable insights to improve, innovate, and succeed. By cultivating a growth mindset, we can change our relationship with failure and use it as a springboard to success. Often, our fear of failure is exacerbated by our harsh self-criticism. That's where self-compassion steps in. Practicing self-compassion means being kind to ourselves, understanding our shortcomings, and acknowledging our human capacity to err. In the context of failure, self-compassion encourages us to view our mistakes not as evidence of our incompetency, but as opportunities for growth. It helps us maintain our self-esteem and courage in the face of failure. Self-compassion creates a safe space for us to fail, learn, and grow without the fear of self-criticism. One effective strategy to overcome the fear of failure is setting realistic and achievable goals. Unrealistic goals set us up for failure, whereas achievable goals increase our chances of success, boost our self-confidence, and mitigate our fear of failure. Setting smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals can help us achieve this. Such goals not only provide a clear direction but also create an environment where failure becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. It's not about lowering our ambitions, it's about pacing our journey to success. Reframing failure involves changing our perspective and interpretation of failure. Instead of viewing it as a negative outcome to be feared, we can view it as a learning opportunity, a catalyst for growth, or a stepping stone towards success. Reframing failure requires us to shed the conventional definition of failure and success. It involves embracing the idea that a temporary setback is not a permanent defeat. The essence of reframing lies in understanding that every failure brings us one step closer to success. It's not the falling that defines us, but how we rise after the fall. Even after we've worked to understand, confront, and manage our fear of failure, there might be times when it still lurks in the shadows. The final step in overcoming this fear is taking action despite it. This requires courage, resilience, and the understanding that our worth is not defined by our failures. Taking action doesn't mean diving headfirst into uncharted territories. It can start with small steps outside our comfort zones. With each step, we become braver, stronger, and more resilient. We learn that it's not the absence of fear that defines courage, but the decision to move forward despite it. And with that, we conclude our exploration of overcoming the fear of failure. It's time to wave goodbye to the shadows of fear and step into the light of self-belief and resilience. This transformation won't happen overnight. But every small step, every minor victory, takes us closer to becoming the best version of ourselves, unencumbered by fear. So, rise above the fear of failure. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it guide you to heights you've never dreamed possible. Until next time, stay brave, stay resilient, and keep improving.